Good afternoon and namaskar to everyone, to respected juries and other presenters. This is Nandini Ghosh, Joint Secretary from Urban Development and Municipal Affairs, Government of West Bengal. Now, I have been listening to all the IT stories, and that had been really very, very encouraging. And just a deviation from that, I like to draw your kind attention to some environmental issues because my topic, in fact, my project is participating in environment and sustainability. Now, sirs and madams, in 2018, Honorable NGT has come up with an order and mandate that the all polluted river stretches of the different states of the country must be cleared and they must be restored to their bathing standards within a given time frame. And my Karola River, which is in Priority 5 River, we have been mandated to restore its water quality to up to bathing standard by March 2021. And sirs and madams, that had been really a great, great challenge because though Karola River is in Priority 5 River, but the uniqueness of the river is that it is actually discharging finally into Tista River in North Bengal, which is one of the major rivers in West Bengal. And Tista by itself is a priority one polluted stretch in West Bengal. So our task is like, sirs and madam, it is like upheaval. Moreover, in 2021, there had been a pandemic issue. So mobilizing the resources and like specialized labor to do the job, it has really, really been a great challenge for us. But to us, to Government of West Bengal and to UDMA department, we are committed to deliver the smooth municipal services, including restoration of water quality. That is the topmost priority of ours. So we took up the challenge, and I'll present the entire work of what we have done on the Karola River in maximum 8 slides. So to start with, Karola River originates from the Doers. It enters Jalpaiguri in Engineering College Mode, then it traverses through the city, and then it meets the Tista River, which runs parallelly with Jalpaiguri. Now the problem is that this Karola River is intercepted by 47 number of drains in Jalpaiguri. Now the total population of Jalpaiguri was like 1.07 lakhs as per 2011 census, but I guess it must have been doubled or tripled by this 2020. And Madam and Sir, just imagine the huge amount of load and debris that is being deposited every year to this 47 number of outfalls. So I was like, in our case, our stakeholders are the implementing agency, Municipal Engineering Directorate, which is one of our engineering directorate under UD and MA. Then one of the stakeholders is National Mission for Clean Ganga, who is the apex body and who has been entrusted with Honorable NGT to monitor the task of cleaning the polluted river stretches. And as a counterpart of National Mission for Clean Ganga, we have instead the State Project Monitoring Group, SPMG. And Madam, beneficiaries and the stakeholders are obviously the citizens of Jalpaiguri and also citizens of our West Bengal to larger extent. And as because the lives of our citizens are most precious to us, so we have taken up this Herculean challenge of restoring the water quality of the Karola River. So this is like how we have, what are the challenges we have faced? First of all, sirs and madams, there is no organized underground sewerage system in Jalpaiguri town. So there are 47 number of drains, of which 4 is major, and they take the combined flow of the dry water and the storm water, and they directly discharge into Tista through Karola River. These are like open drains, and they not only take the effluent from the houses, from that septic tank, they also take the debris and the wastes from the marketplaces and also the institution. And to add to this sordid set of affairs, there has been rampant and indiscriminate solid waste dumping is very common. So the cumulative effect, you can see all these pollutants are discharged to Karola River, and it has resulted in deterioration of the water quality. Now, I have posted 2 pictures. That was really the kind of situation that was prevalent in Karola. One outfall full of like plastics and debris, and look at the quality of water and the color of the water previously Karola used to have. Now, what is the scheme? The scheme is like, it's a very, very low cost scheme, and we don't apply any like rocket science technology here. And we what we do, we take the domestic sewage which is getting discharged into 47 outfalls. We first set out the screening, we put the grating nets, and then at each outfall of these 47 the drains, we put the screens, and this grating wall will detain all the debris and plastics and all the solid wastes of a size greater than 2 inch, so that the river will get debris free drainage water. That is the first thing we are doing, ma'am and sir. The second, what we do, we have done like natural polder aprons. I'll show you pictures, ma'am, in my next slide. That is a natural process of increasing the dissolved oxygen and reducing the biochemical oxygen into the polluted, that kind of fluid that is flowing through those 47 drains. And finally, what we do, we charge chlorine to minimize the level of the fecal coliform and the streptococci. We charge chlorine at the upstream, so that finally the water which is discharged into Karola, so that the minimum prescribed level of the different type of components which should be present in the river, that is maintained to the acceptable limit. And let me, ma'am, sir and ma'am, let me just I take 1 minute of your time. Let me just read out what are the primary water quality criteria as given by Central Pollution Control Board. They have notified that the criteria in respect of fecal coliform will be 500, and maximum permissible is 2,500. Fecal streptococci will be 100 with maximum permissible 500. pH balance, it should be from 6.5 to 8.5 range. Dissolved oxygen, it should be 5 mg or more, so that the water of the river, they retain the natural the biosphere and the living organisms. They can live like fishes and all other aqua plants. They can grow into the water. And the biochemical oxygen, that is the most considered to us, that is BOD, that should be 3 mg or less. Now, this is a very, very low cost and very, very simple type of technology. And with this technology, we are treating about 12.81 million liter discharge per day, madam and sir. Now, I have just put some photographs here. The first one, as you can see, this is the photographs of how the aeration, it's like a jharna type of thing. It's called the apron boulders. So that is the slopes we have made, because when the water comes and finally goes into the discharge into the river, if we make the slopes, there will be natural aeration, then BOD will be less, and this will increase the dissolved oxygen level. And we have put the screens, as you can see, into the nalas, so that the solid wastes are retained. And then we are collecting the solid waste at periodic intervals through our collection agencies. And then we are cleaning the bushes, and we are also, to some extent, if need be, we are also doing the desilting. So these are the processes which we have adapted in Karola River. And now, ma'am, like we have, as I have told, there are 47 outfalls, of which 4 are major. Now I have given the 2 location-wise, since time is a constraint. It would have been a pleasure for me if I could have shown the work going on 47 outfalls. But as a sample, I have just put here the scenario in the 2 sites. So one is near PWD More, and we have 2 major drains here. And you can see the pre-constructed photographs, like it's like very dirty and unclean type of thing. So, the people, they're cutting down the bushes, they're cleaning, and then they are making they are putting the MS grating, and then they are making this debris free. And then at this point, we are doing the aeration slopes. And finally, the chlorination tanks will be set up here, and we will charge chlorine. Sodium hypochlorite solution, we will charge. And then here in RCC Bridge River Karola also, where we have major drain here, and we are we have put up the boards of work in progress, and this is like kind of boulder aprons we are putting in front of the grating. So both the things are completed, and we are very happy to announce that the Department of UD and MA, Government of West Bengal, have completed all the works in these 47 outfalls prior to the targeted deadline of Honorable NGT of 31st March. And we are ready to showcase our project. And like we are just about to start the chlorination process. And Madam, I just give you one interesting data. We are actually, time to time, we are in fact assessing the uniqueness of the project and the benefits of the project. First of all, it is a very low cost and simple technology. So Saran Madam and my respected other presenters, as you can see, that there is no rocket science involved here. Okay, so it's a very low cost type of thing, and municipality can easily handle it. And what we are doing in situ treatment. That means our objective and our motto is, if we can make the outfalls pollutant free, then ultimately that sewer water which is going to the Karola river, it will be free and it will be within the permissible limit of different types of pollutants. And finally, Karola, when Karola meets Tista, at least we can to some extent control the pollution in river Tista. So that means we are having a multiplying effect over here. And this is very easy to monitor. And Sir and Madam, like we have a unique kind of synergy in this entire process. As all of you will appreciate that any public project, it is dedicated to public, and unless we can involve the people into it, the project is surely going to die. So we have involved all the people of Jalpaiguri town. We are doing massive IEC campaign. We have like a kind of synergy with the district administration, the local administration. I have just had a talk with the councillor, ma'am. She is personally taking the responsibility of educating the people. And one message, what UD and MA wants to give, that it is your town. You should own the town. You should feel proud of the diversities, culture, uniqueness of the town, and maintaining environmental sustainability, making it pollution free so that we can breathe some fresh air, we can drink some pure wet water, we can bathe into some like pure water. This is something which must be showcased. So that actually worked, Sir and Madam, because we have been doing continuous meeting with the local fishermen, with the markets, with the institution, of course, keeping in mind the social distancing. We are doing a lot of miking. We have put up the signboards, and like we have come up with a unique slogan, it goes in Bengali like this, Nijer Shastho Nijer Hate, Moila Felun Niyom Mote. That means your health is in your hands only. So if you can put the garbage and waste properly, that you are only will be benefited, and your next gen will be benefited. And we have a very low operation and maintenance expenses. Only we have to do some like remove the debris and the solid waste from the nalas, and we have to give the chlorine dose. And this kind of technology, the uniqueness of the project is this, as and ma'am, where this organic load, like this, we have discussed like a BOD, biochemical oxygen level, in the stretches of the rivers and like the nalas, where generally we have low BOD level. We can go with this very low cost in situ treatment. We don't need any rocket science kind of thing. And I have also given a comparison between the installation of a standard STP and cost of the in situ treatment we are having, sirs and ma'am. Like traditional STP, if we go by waste stabilization pond or oxygen pond or aerated lagoon, trickling filter, activated sludge, sequencing batch reactors, whatever technology we adopt, sirs and madams, that costs 2 crores for erection and installation, and for IND, that means interception and diversion of nalas and drains, and networking, another 6 crores. So total it is coming to 8 crores per MLD. That means 1 MLD is costing 8 crores. That is a survey which we have done, and NMCG is in agreement with us. NMCG also is promoting this type of in situ treatment where cost is low. And I am very glad to announce that this is totally a state-funded project that is getting appreciation from the highest level, NMCG as well as Honorable National Green Tribunal. And our cost involvement for MS grading screen is 1 lakh and disinfection is 1 lakh. So it's like 2 lakhs per drain. So for 47 drains, we are having around not even 1 crore, like that type of thing. Only we have to from time to time we have to take out the debris and the wastes from the nalas and put some chlorine dose into it. Now, the best part of this is that, sirs and madams, we have got this third-party analysis done from our West Bengal Pollution Control Board. It is their latest data I'm sharing with you. They have taken
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you. Could you please conclude your presentation because we are running out of time?
I have only 2 slides left because this is a third-party assessment I'm showing. And here you can please see that in September, the BOD level was 2.40. And in February, when we took up the work, it has come down to 1.50, well within permissible limit. And this has been appreciated by not only NMCG, but also in the report of our Honorable National Green Tribunal. And this is in public domain, their order dated 22nd of February. They have given on this case number 673. And in future roadmap, like we have to prevent, as I have told, we have to prevent the dumping of solid waste, and we'll put up the litter bins and bags and do the regular cleaning. And also we will do our water quality monitoring done with some third party like West Bengal Pollution Control Board. Coming to my last slide, regarding replicability. Now already this low cost technology has been replicated in, as you can see, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rivers which have been identified as polluted river stretches in West Bengal. And look at the number of drains that are undergoing in this in situ treatment. And these are the MLD is getting treated. And all these works are in public domain. We have already put forward our action plan. And NMCG is regularly monitoring. They are making visits also. The WBPCB is also doing regular visits. So that's all from my desk. That's Karola River, the song of our little river and song of our story. Thank you very much. I'm open to your feedback now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We don't have much to give feedback because we have not seen anything, but we can react to your presentation by way of seeking some clarification and putting some more questions if arises there between. See, you have done an excellent job. Excellent job in sense this is a contribution to the country with an example that you have set.
Thank you, sir.
Most of the rivers in the country, or most of them, and I know when I was interacting with the NGT, then we have seen that most of the rivers and water bodies are somehow we managed to destroy. People worked hard to destroy them. And this is one example where the waste of 47 outlets flowing into Corolla, and this is not come from the heavens or anywhere, it's the people only dumping. Now, very people now you have mobilized to be part of this cleansing process. You have installed good nets and everything, and to collect the wastage and hard material. And where do you put this hard material after you collect? There is any processing unit that you do that? Number two, I have 2-3 questions, sir. Number two, and what is the source of Corolla River? And when it reaches Jalpaiguri, how much how much area it travels through? And in the course, does it accumulate any pollution over and above what is added at Jalpaiguri? All right. Then number 3, with your intervention, with which is very appreciated because very cost effective and involving people, and wonders like chlorine, it has reduce the effluents and cleanse the water. Did it improve upon the aquatic life in the river? Because lots of people depend upon this. And number 4, see, now it flows ultimately to the what is that Tista River. Is Tista River also polluted because prior to your intervention because of Corolla? But did Corolla River pollution affected the Tista River, which is also adjoining you? And another question it comes to mind, that with your intervention, you have achieved a kind of a portion of your jurisdiction is a small portion, right? Jalpaiguri and all. But the river flows a longer route than what you do. But only thing you prevented that not only you prevented adding to the pollution, but also cleansed it within the jurisdiction. And since Kerala is flowing a long route, how is its condition beyond you?
Sir, if I may be kindly allowed, I take your questions one by one, sir. Sir, your first question, if I can understand it correctly, sir. Sir, you are asking, we are collecting the debris and wastes and we are dumping it where, sir? Now, sir, we have found out one dump site in Jalpaiguri and Siliguri. We are dumping all the solid wastes there, and we have put forwarded a tender, and the work will start soon, sir. This is one of our legacy dump sites we are having. We are carrying all the loads and we are dumping over there, and we have engaged one agency who is applying some technical matters to clear that thing on regular intervals, sir. So this is number one, sir. Now, and your second question, sir, if I understand correctly, sir, what is the stage of and what is the origin of the Karola River, sir? Sir, Karola River, it originates from Duars, and it enters into Jalpaiguri, and like a River Rejuvenation Committee and Honorable NGT has identified the polluted stretch up to 50 kilometers, sir, starting from Jalpaiguri up to Thakurer Kamat. There is a stretch of 50 kilometers, sir. It travels. And sir, thirdly, regarding the aquatic life, sir, we have a we thought it like this, like if we can just stop the pollution at source, sir, then ultimately the effect will be felt in the river, sir. That is what we have actually we have perceived. And as I have
said, Jalpaiguri is the source of pollution.
Jalpaiguri city is the source of pollution, sir. It's a very densely, closely populated city, sir.
When he reaches Jalpaiguri, the water is safe. I mean, it's clear. Only Jalpaiguri gets
polluted. I'll take your point.
Okay,
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, sir. So, sir, regarding your question of aquatic life, sir, we are doing periodic review, and I take your suggestions, sir, and I'm incorporating it into my project. We'll do a detailed survey on the kind of the aquatic life and how the life is is there any improvement in the quality of the aquatic life, like fish production has increased or not?
Especially when you are adding, when you are chlorinating, so its chemical content in the water increases. So that has a bearing on the aquatic life, micro and macro life side. So that's what I asked for.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir. I take your question, and also I express our concern, sir. That is why before giving the chlorine dose, we in fact have engaged a very, very expert agency who are expert in doing this. They exactly know, depending upon the water quality, they will exactly assess how much chlorine is to be added, sir, so that the the aquatic life is not getting disturbed, sir. So it will not be given rampantly, sir. So chlorine dose will be determined by the professional. And I take your last question, sir, regarding Tista, sir. Yes, Tista is our priority river one, sir. Tista is a highly polluted river. And for your kind information, sir, we have taken up a separate action plan for Tista. And we are coming up with, and we have seen, sir, BOD level in Tista is high. So like this in situ treatment will not work, sir, because discharge is also very high in Tista river. So we have come up with the traditional STP like oxidation pond. We are rejuvenating 2 oxidation ponds in Tista, and also we will build up some traditional STPs. We have a plan of doing that, sir. It is there in our action plan, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent work. Excellent.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar, sir.
You have done quite well, because after so much effort, Jamuna in Delhi has not been through. At least you have tried to do something. You are showing some results. So it's quite impressive.
In a lighter vein, ma'am. In a lighter vein, I'm telling you, Das madam. See, Jamuna is polluted since Dwapara. Kalindi Kund was there.
So let's not compare. Let's not compare. But anyway, I'm just trying to say that you have done a very good job. Now, my question is, you were spending you said the traditional STP compared to 8 lakhs something. This is 2.5 lakh. This is much cheaper option. Fine. But that you are also spending money on the chlorination and the chloride, sodium chloride. So that cost will continue, because it's a recurring cost. You have to keep on adding them.
Absolutely, ma'am. That is why
you have to consider. What I was suggesting is there are a lot of aquatic plants who are within the water and they self correct.
Yes, ma'am. I take your
So
feedback.
they are called biocorrecting plants or something, bioaquatic plants, something like that. So
Hydrilla kind of things, yeah.
I've had to
they have started doing that kind of research. They are doing in Delhi. Many of the swampy areas they are rejuvenating and they are using those plants. So why don't you consider about those? Because then that will be a natural cleaning process for the river inside.
I take
This you continue doing it for outside the sewage affluents, but inside the river also there is whatever coming from upstream or getting acquired in between which you are not able to treat. Maybe these kind of plans will help you improve the quality of water there. Thank you
No,
very much.
suggestion
Good
is well
job.
taken, but ma'am, just 1 minute I want to add to your valuable feedback, ma'am. We have a thought of this biophyto, but the problem is that every year during monsoon, because North Bengal is having a very, very long season of monsoon, ma'am, and Kerala gets flooded. And Tista water gets, I mean, there is overflow of Tista water. So
Yeah.
whatever biophyto we do, ma'am, that will be washed away. So actually we have considered this, but we take your valuable feedback, ma'am. Let's see what feedback.
Try it and see. Because
Yes.
if you maybe this time if you start, it may not work because rainy season coming. But still, if you do it
Yes,
immediately after rains, probably by the year end, the plants will have grown enough strength to withstand the flood.
yes.
Anyway, all the best. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
We
ma'am.
can go
Namaskar.
to the next.